What's going on, Joe?
No, nothing, man.
Super Bowl hangover.
No Jimenez Super Bowl was fantastic. They had a great time over there at Alex and Jen's, and they made great food.
Yeah.
Like Ron was cooking. They made rice, beans, fajitas, you name it, man. They had it there. I brought wings, brought a cookie tray, chips, you name it, dude. It was there, dude. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of familiar faces there. We got
Yeah.
to see Mike Mitchell Jr. and his wife and family were there. Good time. Good time overall.
Chica made enchiladas yesterday. This is the first time I'd had a Super Bowl spread that was Mexican food. Typically, it's like, pizza and wings and burgers and stuff like that, steak or whatever. But no, we had chicken enchiladas, rice and beans. It was good. Good morning to everybody in the chat. The PF Chang's La Cantera inspired chat is open. Good morning to JB Bettis, Speed Aguilar, Bobby, Sam, Tony, Mario, Alan on the rise.
There we go. Had to change the audio sources.
Cooper Flash coming in with Viva Los Cowboys. It's our year, baby.
Viva los Cowboys. And we're going to talk about the Bad Bunny halftime show.
That's right. Stephon Castle, huge weekend too for Castle.
Yeah. I was looking at that. I was talking with Mike Mitchell Jr. about the Spurs and Castle and all that. So good conversation.
Very nice.
Yeah, we got introduced to a whole bunch of stuff at Alex and Jen's No Jimenez Super Bowl party.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade from the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a post-Super Bowl Monday. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio, downtown along the Riverwalk. Joe, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. Drake May is not a Super Bowl champion. I know that was your ride or die, man. You were a Patriots fan, and you know what? You were Joe Stradamus for most of the season. When it came to the Super Bowl, I don't know if you saw this in our text, our group text, Joe. I before kickoff, I guaranteed victory for the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks going on and winning that game, and Sam Darnold is now a Super Bowl champion. Sam Darnold, who was considered to be a bust, bounced around, the first quarterback ever to lead a team to a Super Bowl after playing for 5+ teams.
Second ginger quarterback ever to win a
Oh,
Super
really?
Bowl.
Really? Yeah. That's interesting. You had Walker go off and win the Super Bowl MVP.
Running back
performer.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it was so much fun watching him play. He doesn't burst through the hole. He just walks right through, looks for a hole, squeaks in. Tyreek Woolen, congratulations to Tyreek Woolens of UTSA Roadrunners, because he is the first Roadrunner ever with a Super Bowl ring. Amazing. Lots to get into today. We're going to be talking about Stephon Castle's big weekend as well. A 40-point triple-double. And it wasn't 10 rebounds, 10 assists. It was 12 rebounds, 12 assists. Huge game against the Mavericks. Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show. You know what, Joe? I went in with little expectations of that show, and I came out with a better appreciation of Bad Bunny. That was a hell of a halftime show. That was a hell of a halftime show. I'm not going to say that it was Michael Jackson, Prince. I'm not even going to say that it's Bruno Mars worthy of Super Bowl. But what I'm saying is it's on the same pantheon as like Lady Gaga, who, by the way, was in that performance along with Ricky Martin. You had Jessica Alba out there, Pedro Pascal, Karol G. I mean, it was amazing what was going on out there. So we'll get into that as well. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. Hope everyone's sobered up. Apologies for being a couple minutes late, but we had some technical difficulties on a Monday. For some reason, Joe, that link that we use on this thing, it's like Harrison Barnes in the Corolla in 20-degree weather. It takes a while for it to warm up.
I think what happens too is you need to clean your cache and cookies on your browser, dude. You need to do that every so often.
Deal. Fair enough. But the game last night, Super Bowl, Super Bowl 60 was interesting because I got worried early on for the Seahawks. I got worried early on because it looked as though Belichick was in the room and Spygate was in the room because they knew everything that Seattle was going to do offensively the first two possessions. It was wild, dude. They were jumping routes. They were doing all sorts of things to kind of rattle Sam Darnold. And I thought to myself, this was going to be a long, long day for the Seattle Seahawks. But then Drake May went out there and couldn't do anything. Dude, they were bum rushing him the entire time. Dude got sacked, what, 6 times? That one sack where the defensive tackle just barreled over his own guy and tackled May simultaneously was amazing. It was amazing. And then you realize, wait a minute. New England doesn't have an offense. Wait a minute. New England isn't playing a scrub team. We talked about this, Joe. New England had the easiest schedule in the entire NFL this year. We talked about the fact that they had an easy ride through the Super Bowl. They had to get through C.J. Stroud, who threw 5 picks. They had to go through a Denver team that had no Bo Nix at quarterback. You know, they had to play a backup quarterback who hadn't played in 2 years. You see the fact that they had to play the Dolphins twice, the Jets twice, that they played bad teams after bad team after bad team. Finally, they came up against a Seattle team who had to go through a gauntlet to get through the NFC, that had to win every single game against good teams, primarily in the NFC West. They were outmatched, Joe. They were outmatched. I think that if they play this game 10 times, Seattle wins this game 9 times. They were the better team.
Well, what happened last night is really Drake May kind of showed some of his inexperience there. Think he got a little, what do you call it, flustered.
Got rattled.
Deer in the headlights kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And the thing with the Patriots is that they had opportunities to make some plays, only if he caught the ball, only if the ball was thrown in the right, spot for the receiver to catch it and whatnot. There was a lot of what ifs. But at the end of the day, Drake May just didn't capitalize on the opportunity, nor did the Patriots capitalize on the opportunities given to him. Instead, what did they do? Interception, fumble the ball. When they were starting to make some strides there, and it looked like, hey, man, they might actually do something here. They might score. Maybe they score a field goal, or maybe it'd be a touchdown. And it looked, mira los Patriots. And as soon as you said, mira los Patriots, boom.
Yeah, fourth quarter, when they scored their first touchdown over Tariq Woolen, by the way, they get a 3 and out. They come back and they get the ball again. And all of a sudden they're moving and they're kind of getting close to midfield. And I was thinking to myself, man, this is the Patriots. We've seen this movie before. But the thing is, Joe, the difference between this Patriots and the ones of years past,
no Brady.
There's no Brady. There's no Tom Brady. There's also no Bill Belichick as well, right? And nobody in the stands with a camera either.
That coach was horrible, Mike. The Patriots head coach, he was too conservative. He didn't make the right adjustments. It was too conservative play calling, man. To be in the Super Bowl game, like, you got to be a little bit more aggressive. And hats off to Seattle, because Seattle came in and they were just the aggressors from the get-go. They were bum rushing him, like you said, keeping the pressure on him. And the Pats did the same thing, on their end too. They tried to keep the pressure on the Seahawks QB, Darnold. But I mean, the Seahawks just did a much better job against Drake May.
The Patriots started 2 rookies in the offensive line. And against that Seattle defense, guess who was giving up the sacks? It was the rookies, and that had a lot to do with it. It was, you see a lot of the New England Patriots, they had, I think, 30 players that were new to the team this year.
Yeah.
Seattle was more well-built. They
more
played
polished
together. They were a more polished team.
Yeah.
And they had veterans in there. One of them, as Mexican Junior points out to us on our chat, saying really happy for DeMarcus Lawrence. That was one of the veterans that came on through. Goes on to say that he lived in Dallas purgatory, that he's glad that he was right about leaving for a Super Bowl. Made Micah Parsons look like an idiot. If you remember earlier this year, by the way, neither of those 2 players ended up with the Cowboys this year when it was all said and done. But earlier this season, during the offseason, when DeMarcus Lawrence left the Cowboys after several years playing in Big D, he said that he left because why? He wanted to win a Super Bowl, and he knew that there was no ability in Dallas to win one. And Micah Parsons called him a clown.
Yeah, well, where's Micah Parsons now? He's over there on a little scooter, at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, in Green Bay, and DeMarcus Lawrence gets that chip. And Seattle may have the makings here of a dynasty. Everyone's talking about the dynasty that is the New England Patriots because they have a young quarterback.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold signed a 3-year deal for $100 million. That's $33 million a year. Think about that, Joe. When you have Dak Prescott making 60, when you have Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence and Matt Stafford and all those guys making 55 plus, when you have a quarterback in there who's making 33 million, you're going to be able to compete because you can reallocate your resources out there to other parts of the field.
Yeah.
I'm happy for Darnold. I mean, the ginger came through. And you know what? A great line that I saw this weekend from Dan Lebitard of the Dan Lebitard Show was saying that isn't he the guy that should be like the whole chip on the shoulder, no one believed in me kind of thing? Darnold didn't do that. He was very humble. He was humble.
Yeah. Where did he start off, though? I think it was with the Jets, wasn't it?
The Jets, yeah. With the
Panthers. That was purgatory.
He went to the Jets. He was at the Panthers. He had a cup of coffee with the Niners. He bounced around, and he got humbled to the point of, like, I mean, think about it. To be drafted number 3 overall in the draft, to be the quote-unquote savior of the Jets.
Yeah.
To fail over there, or they failed him, however you want to put it. Then to go over to like a Carolina and back up Bryce Young, and to be a backup in San Francisco, to go to Minnesota, lead them to a 14-3 record, 14-3, and they bail on you because they drafted J.J. McCarthy, number 10 in the draft that year.
Yeah.
They bailed on him, and you know what? He goes over to Seattle. No one believes him. Even Mina Kimes from ESPN, who's a big diehard Seattle Seahawks fan, was not happy with Darnold going over. So even after going 14-3, this truly is a no one believed in him situation. Because even going into last night's game, before the game started, what are they asking them? Pre-game questions. So what are your thoughts on, you were considered a bust. Why are they still bringing that up? He's 28-6 the last 2 seasons in the regular season. He's also, you add the victories in the playoffs, like 30-6. He has that label's taken out. Because now he's a champion. He has a chip before Lamar Jackson. He has a chip before, Josh Allen and Dak Prescott and Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence and all these guys who are considered to be better than him. It's not like they won despite of him. They won because of him. And don't be wrong, the defense, you know what? Proof solid that defense wins championships. And last night you saw that with Seattle's defense. That was a good game, dude.
Yeah, you did. But
they shut them out in the first half.
Check out the 2018 NFL quarterback class, right? Who did they have there? They infamously had a strong quarterback, let's say, class there, right? So they had Baker Mayfield. They had Sam Darnold, of course, was in there. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Out of these quarterbacks, the first one out of that 2018 quarterback class to win a Super Bowl, Sam Darnold.
And it may be the only one when it's all said and done. We have a super chat coming in from Jason Garcia out there in the Pacific Northwest. He is a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Here comes the money.
He says, can I get an old man grito for my Seahawks' second Super Bowl win? I don't have a voice today, and that's a good thing. Their first win in 12 years. By the way, they're going up for sale. So if you got any cash, the Seahawks are going up for sale this month. Let's get that grito for Jason and the Seahawks fans out there.
Presumir a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
Oh my goodness. People are pouring one out for the Super Bowl right now. JHNSB being a complete hater. Even the last 2 letters in his handle there is SB, like Super Bowl, saying worst Super Bowl ever. Well,
and
Joe, I mean, it was for those who like baseball games that ended in 2-1 pitchers duels. It was a battle of
11 innings, 13 innings.
Joe, I didn't tell you what happened before the game started, man.
Oh,
okay,
man.
This is a foolish moment for me. people are coming over to watch the game at my house, right?
Yeah.
Chica's cooking, and my mother-in-law says, "Hey, Michael, can you put on the pregame show?" I was like, "All right, cool." So I turn on the TV to watch the game. Put on
Yeah.
Fubo. Fubo doesn't have NBC.
You have to have the Peacock network, brother.
So there I am scrambling, trying to find a way to watch the game. Everyone's coming on in. The game starts in 30 minutes. And I look up, like, I could do YouTube TV or I can do the Peacock network. And
Yeah.
I had the Peacock network a couple of years ago. So then I had to go look for my old password and all of that stuff to make it happen. Finally, we got on the TV literally 2 minutes before the game started. We missed the national anthem. We missed all the pomp and circumstance beforehand. But we got it on barely in time for the game. I was sweating bullets when it comes to that. How,
Got an HD antenna, dude.
dude, no one has time for an antenna.
I do. That's why I don't miss stuff, man.
You're
I
in the
went and put an
IT
antenna,
world.
dude. But an antenna is just a simple antenna. You connect it to the TV, bam, you're watching the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easy.
No, we got time for that. Ain't
Hey,
no
we
guy.
got an incoming super chat from Greg. We got to go ahead and announce or address that.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Thank you, Greg, for the $4.99 super chat. There you go, Mike.
Says, what's up from Vegas? Here since Saturday.
Yeah.
Congrats to Tariq Woolen and DeMarcus Lawrence. Very, very nice. Hey, hope you're having a great time in Vegas. That's a great place to watch the Super Bowl. I've seen it there like 4 or 5 times before. It's a great experience to watch it there, man, especially if you have a private party. You get the bets in and all that stuff. It's good times, man. Okay, have a safe trip back. Here's the thing, man. Was it an exciting Super Bowl? No. But I think what it did prove yesterday was the template for winning Super Bowls. You need to have an excellent defense. You need to have a quarterback under a manageable contract. You need to have a stud wide receiver. You need to have a young coach. You need to have a decent running game. I mean, that the template's there, Joe.
Yeah.
And instead, what are teams doing? And it's not just the Cowboys. I know I make fun of the Cowboys all the time, but it's beyond the Cowboys. It's the Jaguars. It's the Bengals. It's the Ravens spending $60 million, $60 million on a quarterback who hasn't done squat in their career. If you're going to give that money to Patrick Mahomes, fine. If you're going to give that money to Matt Stafford, fine. But if you're not winning chips, Joe, you shouldn't be making that much money. And the whole idea of, well, it's their turn to get paid. It's their turn at some point that carousel comes to an end. We see what it takes to win Super Bowls, and what it was, Joe? It was a quarterback on a rookie deal versus a quarterback making $33 million. It was stellar defense and stellar defense. It was decent running back. It was stud receiver. Young coach. They were mirror images of each other, except that one had been together for a while, was more polished than the other. That was the difference, and that was the difference of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a boring game, you know. I'm not gonna lie, it really was boring, you know, just there waiting for something to happen. But I mean, like I said, I mean, I enjoy these types of games too, because you're just looking at how good the defenses were for each team. But unfortunately, the defense was just so much better and polished for the Seahawks versus the Pats. The Pats did a really good job, I thought, too. Because if you think about what they did, I mean, they just kept the Seahawks to what? Field goals. They would march into the red zone. That was a moral victory for them. Hey, it was only 9 or 12-0, and they were like, well, at least it's not a touchdown. And they come back in the second half, and it's like, mira los Seahawks, you know? But the team just looked more polished than the Pats. The Pats just looked, like I said, Drake May looked like a deer in the headlights kind of look. He didn't know what to do, as far as how to go ahead and handle that pressure. When he had the ball in his hands, Mike, he held on to it way too long. He just wanted to play it safe, conservative, stay in the pocket. He has legs, man. He had opportunity to go out there and run the ball, maybe, you know, move the sticks, get a first down. He hanged on to the ball too long. He held on to it. And what was it? It was a sack, another sack, loss of yardage. And he just couldn't get anybody open to throw the ball to. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand all that, dude, but I mean, you got to make something happen. If it's not happening with your arm, you got to make it happen with your legs, you know?
and he was able to do that from time to time when they had a 4-man rush and he found the opening.
Yeah.
He had a 23-yard run late in the game. I knew he had wheels, but I didn't realize he had that type of wheels. I mean, he was pretty fast. I mean, he wasn't
He did.
like Dak trying to scurry out or Joe Burrow trying to scurry out. He had wheels on him. But the Patriots couldn't even complete their
Passes,
routes.
dude. Yeah,
They couldn't
dude.
complete their routes. I mean, he had somebody in this face the entire time. I don't know if I have to blame Drake May so much than the fact that they had 2 rookies on the offensive line, and those defenders, the front line of the Seahawks, were getting penetration play after play after play,
Yeah.
and he was under duress the entire time. And then, just when you thought that they were going to blitz, they didn't blitz, and
Yeah.
suddenly they were back in coverage, and it was like for about 3 quarters there. That defensive coordinator for the Seahawks was playing chess. Just a master class in play calling. Knew when to blitz, knew when to hold back. It started to unravel the fourth quarter. We thought, okay, they're gonna come back. But then Drake May showed his inexperience by
Yep, he sure
playing a
did.
little bit of hero ball, chucking it
Yep.
downfield when he didn't have to. They
And the
had
double
enough time.
coverage.
They had
Yeah.
enough time. If they had scored there, they had enough time to make another stand. He didn't have to do that, but that was basically him being young.
Yeah. You know what the
Dar-
difference was, Mike? If you look at both quarterbacks,
Hmm.
the Seahawks didn't really have like a lot of flashy plays, right? They had some,
right.
but what they did is they just played smart. They just played smart, just kept moving the sticks, and even if it wasn't a touchdown, they put points on the board, and it was an ugly win at times, an ugly game, should I say, but they did enough to win the game, and then of course the Patriots making those mistakes on the offensive end, that translated into what? The defense turning that into offense, right?
Hmm.
And they went back and they were able to score. This was a lot of You could attribute this to a lot of the inexperience to the Patriots, dude. And then, like, again, just making those same mistakes, those dumb mistakes. It seemed like what happened too in the beginning, if you watch the Seahawks when they came out the gate, they set the tone because I actually thought they were trying to win the damn thing in the first quarter. Like they came out and they wanted to send a message and they wanted to be the aggressors. Very aggressive play calling, and really a good scheme against the Pats.
Yeah.
But they wanted to put them away early. They didn't just wanted to, bulldoze them and not leave anything to the imagination. Like, hey, you can't compete with us. That was the message all night. Hey, you can't compete with us. We're not going to let you even try to score on us. They were lucky that they got a touchdown, So it's like at the end of the day, Drake May, and I think the conservative play calling from the coach from the Pats as well, it hampered them because it seemed like the Pats were looking for the big yardage play. They wanted that big play. They wanted that big play. And that's not what that's about, dude. Sometimes it's just 3 yards, 4 yards, just moving the ball, just be consistent and methodical in moving and
Yeah.
go to the ground, go to the ground and use your running back. Because I thought the Pats in the beginning, they had a good thing going on the ground, right? They were moving the ball with just having their running back
First drive.
run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. They got away from that. And it's like, you know what? Let's throw the ball. Let's throw the ball. Let's take a chance. That's what got him into trouble, and that just didn't make any sense to me. The way that the quarterback and the coaching staff it just seemed like something was out of sync, dude. They just weren't on the same page.
I think they were intimidated by Seattle's defense. I
Yeah.
think Seattle's defense was coming at them, and I think the deer in headlights was beyond Drake May. It was the entire offensive line. And Stephon Diggs isn't an elite wide receiver anymore, so he couldn't open things up. He couldn't get past the secondary. But what I said before the game on Friday was, if the Seahawks get 1 turnover or less, they're going to win the game. They had 0. Patriots had 3, all from Drake May, 2 interceptions and a lost fumble.
And we
go
got
on
an
to lose
incoming super
29-13.
chat from Greg. This is for me.
I saw this one.
Comes the money.
He says, Chancla for Drostradamus for getting this pick wrong. Sorry if I lost your money, bro.
You
There we
gotta
go. No, I get the Chancla. You know what? We had a good time. I was going to tell you over there with with Alex and Jen, and the No Jimenez Super Bowl. I thought that was brilliant by
Oh,
Sean.
so is that what it was
Group
called?
chat that, yeah, the group chat where we were putting in, hey, so and so's bringing this. It was called the No Jimenez Super Bowl.
That was the title of it all. Nice.
No Jimenez Super Bowl. And I was gonna get a gauge for y'all because over the weekend I was being creative and going into the lab, so to speak, and getting some things ready, right, for our 28th birth or not birthday, but celebration. Our celebration on the 28th of February at the Hard Rock to celebrate our what 500th episode. So I did these, Mike.
Edgar Mike in the house. Make more money, baby.
More
That's what I'm
money.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I was thinking, like, you gotta thin me out a little bit, Joe. I weighed in my lowest of the year this weekend, so come on.
Well, we're gonna have some of these stickers. This is a gauge to I guess see what the interest would be if we put the shirts in the merch store with some of the phrases that we use here. That's that I thought it was funny. I gave a sheet of the stickers to Alex and one to Sean, and they were laughing at them. They thought they were great. So we might be able to have some of these things made and ready to go by the 28th as part of our little swag bag thing that we're putting together for our people that come out and join us for their 500th celebration. And it is finalized, Mike, because on Sunday I had to go to the urgent care because I was having some problems with my ear.
Mhm.
So I had like an ear infection or something. So I was there waiting and to be seen or whatever by the doctor on Sunday. I went ahead and signed the contract for the Hard Rock. I went ahead and paid the invoice for the Hard Rock. So it's set in stone. We're ready to go. We're just waiting for the 28th to happen. They're giving us the Emerald room that they have over there. The nice
Nice.
little room that's all like green and stuff. It's a nice room, dude. So we get to be up there on the third level. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking for it, and I think we're gonna have a big turnout, Joe. I know Fernandez says he's gonna be out there.
Yeah.
Mexican Junior making his way to Dallas. We're counting on you to be there. We'll find a karaoke place at the end of the night, right? We'll bounce at
Yeah.
midnight, go find a karaoke place because Mexican Junior likes to sing. But man, it's gonna be a fun time over there, man. We're gonna have a good time.
Speaking of fun times, I was going to tell you, Sean told me to tell you this. So at Sean's the Super Bowl party, and that was hosted by Alex and Jen. Thank you for that. But we learned a whole bunch of things over there, Mike. We learned what a popo check was. Popo check.
Punch to the balls.
Yeah, basically, dude. We learned that. And the other
It's a
thing
half-hearted punch to the balls.
yes, exactly. The other thing we learned is I'm going to show the video because Sean wanted me to share this with everybody. So this is his wife, Michelle. And he was telling me, hey, man, we went to the Little Woodrows and Michelle learned a new dance because she likes to dance and sing and all that with Jen. And she learned this new dance called the jackhammer. And we kept egging her on the whole night. Michelle, do the jackhammer, do the jackhammer. And she was kind of embarrassed. No, no, no. And finally, dude, she did the jackhammer. So this is what the dance is. I mean, I thought it was funny. I'm going to share it with everybody.
Got the
And you
handle
can
and
hear-
everything.
You can hear Jen telling her, get it under control, get it under control. So we're having a good time at Jen and Alex's house. It was a lot of fun. The girls were entertaining. They were singing karaoke. Sean was doing karaoke. They were
He
doing,
does karaoke. He likes to do it on the
singing a
TV
country.
screen. Yeah,
Yeah. So it was
that's
fun.
funny. That's funny. Um, the dancing looked a little bit familiar because it was very Bad Bunny-ish. The halftime show yesterday. The numbers
Yeah.
are in. 130 million people watch Bad Bunny, and 5 million people watched the alternative one of Kid Rock. Who, by the way, I'm not going to bother watching the whole alternative one because it's stupid, and I'm not going to pump their numbers up. But did he really sing to did he lip sync his songs? Because everyone is
That's what
saying
I
that it
hear.
was a lip sync.
That's what I'm hearing. I didn't watch it. I really didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I caught a little bit of it, but I was like, I'm not really interested in the Bad Bunny music. But I didn't care for the music, too much. But you looked at everything else and like how quick they were to like come out and put up the whole set, Mike. It's like they got like 5 or 7 minutes to
Yeah.
get this whole thing done, right? And I'm going to show the video. of how quick they are with it. Like, you don't have a lot of time to work with. I mean, that's pretty amazing, dude. Like how fast they were able to go ahead and get all the people, and they had the people that were dressed up like trees or like the greenery, right?
Yeah, they're all people.
They were all people, dude. They came, that was brilliant. You know, you don't have to have any like trucks or anything get on the field. You just get all the people out there and just in their like dressed as bushes or whatever, right? And they're just there with their hands up, you know, this whole time while Bad Bunny's doing his performance, you know. So it's like some of the people that he had in the performance, he had boxers, he had Lady Gaga, he had some actors in there.
Yeah, Pedro
It
Pascal
was
was there.
Pe-
Jessica Alba,
Jessica Alba was there.
Karol G.
I mean, they had a lot of people in the performance, a lot of little like Easter eggs, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the Easter egg that was political was he had the little boy who got
The
taken
Grammy.
away. He gave the Grammy to the little boy
Yeah.
who was taken from ICE in Minnesota and brought to Dilley, Texas,
Yeah.
just outside of San Antonio, and got
Yeah.
released thereafter. He and his father both got released.
Yeah.
Then he
I
has
mean,
a
I didn't
football.
care for the I didn't care for the music, Mike, right? I didn't, because that's not my thing. Like, I don't really listen to Bad Bunny. But if you look at it in context, like the overall message of unity and bringing people together, and you know that I liked, you know,
Yeah,
and I like,
the very end when he says "God bless America" and he named
Yeah.
every country in South, Central, and North America, saying when he
Yeah.
said "God bless America," he's saying all of us from Canada to all the way down to Chile,
yeah,
like all of us. He named Peru, he named El Salvador and all Cuba, Dominican Republic. He named them all, and then he mentioned at the end United States and Canada. Right?
yeah,
It was production value, Joe. Production value, like him falling through the roof. By the way, and it looking real
yeah,
was. I mean, the cinematography and if you're in the stands, you don't get it, right? And I know
Yeah.
we've had some good shows and bad shows. Like last year we had Kendrick Lamar, which in retrospect was a good show. We just didn't know all the songs yet because we knew a few of the songs, right? We knew Luther and songs with SZA and stuff like that. But a few other songs that Kendrick Lamar sang, he had not released yet as singles, or they were not as popular yet.
yeah,
But there was very little production value to that whole performance. It was alright. It was good, but it was alright. But in years past, we had like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars had an epic one. Lady Gaga had a really good one. Katy Perry's was awful. But you've had some hits and
Yeah.
misses. Maroon 5
Prince?
was awful. Prince was amazing.
great.
Prince was in the rain, right? He sang Purple Rain, and it was pouring rain.
In
And
the
it was
rain.
Like, it was like God knew his cue, right?
Yeah,
But Bad Bunny, I'm not going to go seek out his music. I understand that
Yeah.
I'm not in the demo of the people that they're.
you don't
that
have
the
it in
NFL's
your
looking for.
Spotify playlist. In other words,
Not
you know?
one.
Yeah,
Not
I
one.
got you.
But I will say this. You get into the vibe when you go to Miami, when you go to Cayo Ocho, and all of a sudden you start.
Oh, you tapping
moving
your
a
foot,
little
Mike?
bit, tapping your feet a little bit. You allow yourself to get a little ethnic, you know.
It wasn't too ethnic for you, Mike. It wasn't
And-
too ethnic.
No, it wasn't. It was beautiful. But the whole Bad Bunny thing was beautiful, and it's funny because
Oh,
we talk
man.
about the fact that there will never be a day where it's like, oh, let's get Metallica out there or AC/DC or anything like that, because those days are gone. The NFL has said
Yeah.
the game is for the dudes and sports fans, and 20 something year olds and 30 something year olds and women are who the halftime
The
show is for.
demographic are. Yeah.
And Bad Bunny, to anyone who's 20 to 30, 20 to 35, you go to any bar or club that they're at, guess what's being played? Bad Bunny. I went to San Marcos. I've told the story twice already. I went to San Marcos
Yeah.
with my wife, and we went to the clubs out there, the nightclubs where all the kids from Texas State are
Bad
there.
Bunny.
Everyone was listening to Bad Bunny, and it didn't matter if you were black, white, country, urban, young, old. Everyone was listening to Bad Bunny. He's massive, and he won Album of the Year at the Grammys among other awards. So that being said, I wanted to see what he was going to do, because there was a belief that he was going to be wearing a dress, right? Because he had a promotional photo that was done that showed him in a dress, and people were already ready to jump on that and pounce on it. But he comes out dressed, long sleeves, in pants, and you saw the pageantry of what was going on, and within 30 seconds to a minute into it, you're like, oh my god, they're recreating what it's like to be in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he's just paying homage to his culture, that's over there in Puerto Rico, and just the everyday things that you see over there in Puerto Rico. I thought it was really cool, for him to do that, and also he was uniting everybody. He even had the Mexican flags out there. He had the American flag out there.
The Cuban flag.
Cuban flag was out there. He was representing all the gente Latino, which was great. I like to see that. We don't really see a lot of that representation, especially in today's climate. A lot of things are going on politically, and I thought this was great for him to come out here and spread the message of, it's more powerful than hate, love, and unity, and even showing the ball. We are America at the end. Showing the football. He could have done a lot of things with his performance, right? He could have gone a different direction, but he chose to do this, and it was a good message.
It was political, yes, but it was done in a smart, not in your face, antagonistic way. This is what we can be together, right? Ricky Martin out there, man. Does that guy age? Is he a vampire?
He didn't age, bro.
Ricky Martin looked like it was 1999 at the Grammys, coming out and singing.
The brother looks like he can still sing, like he could go on tour. Like, damn, he's in good shape, dude.
I was like, why does he look like Puerto Rican Zac Efron? Why does Zac Efron look like white Ricky Martin? No, I thought it was a hell of a performance, and I think I've seen the performance 2 times already. Saw it last night. When it first came out, and then I saw it again right before going to bed because it was all over Twitter, and I saw the 13-minute performance. And this is a master class in production value, master class in getting your message out without being a dick about it.
Yeah,
it was getting your message out, and instead of saying I'm anti-ICE or I'm anti-MAGA and all that stuff, it was like, can we just all get along?
Yeah.
And I thought it was brilliant. And I think that made it resonate more because those who are opposed to him politically have nothing to poke at that performance, because it's like, because if you poke at that performance, you kind of come off looking a little bit weird, right?
Yeah.
It was a great performance. The commercials sucked, by the way. Like they
had some good ones. There was a couple good ones there.
The only ones that pop out in my head were Haley Steinfeld doing the State Farm commercial.
That one was funny, dude.
Okay, that with John Bon Jovi at the end. And the we're halfway there because you're picking up a company that's only half
their
of
insurance.
Halfway their insurance. That was pretty good. The Backstreet Boys T-Mobile one was retro.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was great. I thought it was the right idea, just not done correctly. Right.
The Jurassic Park one was funny, dude.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they had all the original actors from the original movie, and it was kind of a spoof. It was funny, I like that one. The other one that I thought was quite good was the Dunkin' Donuts one.
Oh, that one was bad.
That one was funny, dude. That one was
the one with
funny.
Ben Affleck,
Goodwill Hunting, and all. They were making fun, like poking. I thought that was funny, dude.
They're trying to put Goodwill Hunting together with like other movies and kind of like do a mash of them all. Like all the characters are in the same world. Like Goodwill Hunting lives in the same universe as Friends, and Jennifer Aniston's over there, and all that stuff. I mean,
look, man.
It was for the demo that it was going for. I'm sure it was fine. I thought it was cheesy. It was cheesy
funny,
to go with.
Dude. They even had Jeff Goldblum's line from that Jurassic Park. That's a big pile of, you know what? He says, instead they had a big pile of shrimp, right? Actual shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
Goes, oh, that's a big pile of shrimp. Yes, Sam Salinas. That's one big pile of shrimp.
Yeah. You got right wingers getting mad at Rocket Mortgage. I don't know if you saw the Rocket Mortgage one.
Yeah, I saw it.
It was like, can we all just get along type of thing? But every racist person on there was not minority. And they were like, what's the point of this whole thing, man? But by and large, I thought the commercials were down compared to past years. Maybe there were some good ones, but there wasn't one that stood out, and I thought to myself, God, that was great. That was brilliant. Like remember back in the day, the Budweiser commercials with
The frog,
frogs on the lily pads.
Budweiser, or was it the "What's up"? You know that
Oh,
stupid
the what's up.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what's funny? Pepsi took a dig at Coca-Cola, dude, because they had the Pepsi commercial and it was with polar bears. Polar bears, much like
yeah.
the Coca-Cola one was, and everybody's like, "Wait a minute, doesn't Coca-Cola own the rights to show the polar bears? Like, what's going on there?"
It's like if they were to do the Clydesdale with
And that's
against
like they were
Budweiser,
taking a direct stab
taking a shot.
at Coca-Cola because Pepsi did a commercial and they had the polar bears that took center stage. I don't know if you caught that.
I didn't see that, but
Yeah.
I did read an article the other day that Pepsi is trying to redo the Pepsi challenge,
No.
and they're trying to pit Pepsi Zero against Coke Zero, because back in the 80s, Coca-Cola has been king when it comes to it all, right? But back in the 80s, they did this Pepsi challenge where they would go out and they would say, "Here's what Coca, there's, do you like A or B? Which soda do you like better?" And what they found was more people, and this was verified, by the way, that more people like the taste of Pepsi than they do Coke. But the weird thing about it is that like people gravitate towards Coca-Cola because of pop culture, because of that's just what they do, right? It's just what the brand that they lived with. What they're finding out is that people like Pepsi Zero more than Coke Zero. I do too. I like Pepsi Zero more than Coke Zero also.
I like them both. But they each have their own unique taste,
Yeah. I would say this: Pepsi Zero's best if it's standalone. You're gonna have that with just ice. But if you're gonna make it with a drink, I need to have Coke Zero for that one.
What do you call it? Your diet, and what is it? That drink that you like?
Oh, Makers and Diet.
Diet and Jack. Yeah.
Yeah. Makers and Diet, Jack and Diet, Beam and Diet. Just any bourbon with diet or whiskey with diet, I'm good with.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch of different commercials. Some of them were very forgettable. Some were pretty funny. They had some movie trailers there as well. I think there was like maybe 3 or 4 that I caught, and they were all right. Like the Steven Spielberg one, Disclosure Day, looked interesting to me.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary, that one's going to be a good movie. If you don't know about the book, you need to read it, or the audiobook. It's really good. They showed the Mandalorian one and Grogu, for Star Wars, and they had like Tauntauns there and all that for the Star Wars nerds, But it wasn't really like they did a full-on like teaser or something in there, So
Right.
I just don't think that movie's gonna do very well, Mike, because they're not let's say the promotion that they're doing on it, it's been little to non-existent. It's like they even know that, hey, this might be a stinker, We don't want to put any money behind it.
They're not pounding their chest about it at all.
Exactly, dude.
The big loser for the Super Bowl yesterday was Chris Collinsworth. Chris Collinsworth was the crappiest announcer. He said the word consolation 6 times that I counted. Like, there's a consolation for this and the consolation, dude. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Here's the guy. I mean, he talks like Dr. Phil. Talks like Dr. Phil.
Isn't it sad that you rather listen to Tarico than to listen to Collinsworth?
Oh, Tarico's good, man. Hey, no shade on Tarico.
No, I'm not. I'm not throwing shade at him. It's like I'd rather listen to him than Collinsworth. Like Collinsworth, like he gets lost, bro. Like he doesn't know what else to say.
Sam Salinas reaches out to us in our chat powered by PF Chang's La Cantata and says, "Now here's the guy who sucks at announcing." Like, okay, I know that we all have our catchphrases. Like, I like to, I have certain
very
phrases
nice
that I use. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
I know that I have certain things that I say way too often, right? Like, but his is the here's a guy. That is so annoying, man. That should be a drinking game whenever you watch a game that's commentated by Chris Collinsworth. Take a shot every time you hear, now here's a guy.
Oh my God, dude. I was listening to him and I'm just like, am I the only one that thinks this guy's annoying? Like I can't stand listening to Collinsworth, dude. I just don't like him, dude. I don't. But you know what I do like, Mike? I've been simply fascinated by the Winter Olympics.
You're the only person watching the Olympics. Dude.
No, I'm not.
When they show the ratings for the Olympics, it just says the number of people that watched was Joe. There's like nobody watching.
I've been watching it. The curling, I've been watching. I was watching the snowboarding. I've been watching everything, man. As like I keep watching it, like even when I'm working or whatever, I have it on the background, right? Just watching it. I like the Olympics, dude.
I mean, I can't think of one Winter Olympic sport that I enjoy watching. I can't think of one. Like there are people who get really excited about figure skating, and they're like, "Oh, it's beautiful." I remember back in the day, they were kind of household names, Yamaguchi and
Yeah.
all Harding and Kerrigan, and we knew all of their names back in the day, right?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody competing right now. And the only one that I knew that was competing, broke her leg.
Oh, Lindsey Vaughn.
Yeah,
Oh man, that was brutal, Mike. Like I saw her when she was doing that first run, right? She had it the other day. I think it was Friday or something like that where I was watching her. And she was going down the slope and she's basically just on one leg, man.
yeah.
Like she has this big old brace on her knee. And she's just, you can tell she's just putting all this pressure on one leg because that knee, I mean, it's just she has a busted ACL. It's just
Right.
gone, ruptured, right? And she was having trouble controlling herself, man. Like she
But
was
think
having
about
she was struggling. But then on Sunday, I woke up and they're like, "Oh, Lindsey Vaughn had to be airlifted off the mountain or whatever." She went out of control, lost control, and she broke her leg, dude.
Okay, but think about how selfish that is and how stupid that is. All right. So Lindsey Vaughn is going to go out there and as you said, because I don't follow the sport, I just saw the highlight on ESPN.com. She's going out there with a torn ACL, trying to do a ski event, ends up breaking her leg because she falls. There are alternates out there, Joe, that could have ran in her place. There are another American. It's not like they'd be like, oh well, the U.S. is not going to have a competitor in this event. Every sport, Joe, has an alternate there that could have had their opportunity to take part in the Olympics. And this isn't Lindsey Vaughn's first Olympics. She's been around for 30 years, man. She's been competing for what? Since Tiger Woods in the 90s? I mean, how old is she?
41, I believe.
She's 41.
Like yeah.
41? So this name's been around for 3 decades, Joe. And she's going out there breaking her leg, She could have just called it quits, dude. Let another American teammate take her place.
Put it like this, Mike. If you worked all your life and you've worked hard, right, to get to this moment,
right,
and you're putting in tons of work, early hours, long days, and you earned the right to get here, right, to get to the Olympics. I'm kind of with her. Why would you want to give up your spot if you still have one good leg and you feel like you can compete? Because I think she's earned the right to do that.
Because if she has a torn ACL, she can't compete, and somebody should have stopped her.
Well, they went ahead and let her go forward. And again, I think it's because she's earned the right to do that. This is really her last Olympics. This was it. And if you look at her history competing in the Olympics, she's had a slew of injuries, dude.
Yeah,
like
L. Ron
bones.
L. Ron says that her arm caught the flag and broke her leg. You know what? If she had a good ACL, she wouldn't have caught the flag. I mean,
she was having trouble, man.
2 different things, man. 2 different things. Like I said, I don't follow it. I only watched the highlight because they had that snapshot of someone flipping over, and you got to see how bad was this car accident, right? But dude, the Winter Olympics do nothing for me.
You know what?
I like the Summer Olympics though. I like the Summer Olympics a lot.
Olympics. I like the Winter Olympics though. I like watching it just as much as I do the Summer Olympics. Go Team USA! I got to support the team, Yeah. But I was looking at some of the other events, like the snowboarding, for example. Dude, these dudes, man, they're getting up there when they're coming off of that pipe, and they're getting some major air, man. And then when they hold on to the board too long, or they get lazy and they get like they give a lazy grip to the board, and then they just eat it, dude. And they're coming down so hard, like they get so much air, and then when they come down and they don't come down at that right angle, and they just bounce, they get tossed. And man, that hitting that snow at that height, coming down with that much energy, that crap hurts, dude.
Well, I saw a highlight that said that the U.S. bobsled team crashed.
Yeah,
that the two of the competitors came off, and they're like, no, this isn't the Jamaican bobsled team. Which, by the way, I sent you that TikTok the other day, talking about how Cool Runnings is one of the most lied about movies of all time. It's one of the most fake movies of all time.
It's a good flick, dude. It's a
It's a
popcorn
great
flick.
movie. It's a great movie, dude. I love that movie growing up. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But guess what? It's all nonsense, too. It's like the movie Rudy.
Watch The Air Up There, dude, with Kevin Bacon. You gotta watch that movie, dude.
I'm afraid.
Watch it. You're gonna be. It's funny. It's entertaining. You're gonna be like, this is a load of crap, But watch the flick, Mike. I believe it's on Disney Plus.
Oh, dude, we're tapped out, man. I think Chica and I are tapped out on a number of subscriptions to cable services, man. I think we have to get rid of one. I reluctantly got Paramount, and to be honest with you, might be my favorite one. So I think I think since the Amazon comes with whatever we got for free, we'll keep the Amazon. I think I'm gonna dump Hulu now, and I think I'm gonna dump Peacock when it's all said and done.
You know what's gonna happen is that Hulu is gonna be shut down anyway, right?
Yeah,
They're gonna be kind of shut down. They're gonna sunset that.
It joined the HBO, right?
No, so what they're doing with Hulu, because it's owned by Disney, is now Disney's been very smart about things, is that they're going to go ahead and integrate Hulu within Disney Plus, right? So you're still going to be able to see all the programming that they had on on Hulu, but now it's on Disney Plus.
There's not one thing on Disney Plus that I want to watch.
They got ESPN on there too, man.
I mean, I know they have ESPN and all that stuff, but I watch the Spurs, dude. I watch things like that. I don't get excited about Major League Baseball. I'm not going to catch a Dodgers-Angels game unless I'm at the game.
Gotcha.
I don't care about La Liga. I don't care about professional soccer. I understand that for a lot of people, that's great. And then a lot of people get excited about the Marvel universe, and they get excited about the Disney movies. If it ain't true crime, it ain't for me, man.
Oh,
I'm not going to search it out.
Man.
Not going to search
I
it
hate
out.
true crime. True crime is just ridiculous, dude. It's a waste of time. Why would I want to listen to anything about people getting murdered and killed, bro? Like, no, man.
Someone didn't die. Chica and I are not going to sleep.
You know what it is? Because of the line of work that I do, Mike.
Yeah.
We have to deal with this kind of stuff all the time, right? The last thing I want to do is spend more time hearing about it. I'd rather be entertained or, watch something that makes me laugh. You know what I mean?
JHNSB is coming at me. He read my mind, by the way, Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're going to give love. Today we're going to give love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio first because, again, we're going to have our party there February 28th on the Riverwalk. Is there a dress code, Joe? Emerald Room, you said that we're going to have over there?
Emerald Room, yeah.
Because we're in the Emerald Room, we kind of need to enforce a dress code, don't we?
Show up.
No one's coming in here with a Cowboys jersey and cargo
Put a jersey
shorts.
on. Hat. Wear your hat.
Don't wear a baseball cap.
Your team. Yeah.
Look sharp.
You going to be the bouncer at the door, Mike? No, bro. Come on.
Look sharp, man.
You will not come in this room.
We're on the Riverwalk,
No.
man. Why does San Antonio always have to dress so casual? Just
wear
dress
what
up
they want.
a little bit, man.
They can wear what they want, dude.
If they come in flip flops, man, exits over there. Exits over there. Go get some shoes. Go get some shoes. Go to River Center Mall right across the street. Go get yourself a fit. There's an H&M. Go get yourself a fit. Come back.
Everybody's wondering. No, there's some people here. What do I do for work? What do I can't tell you. I work for the government. Let's put it like that.
The government.
The government.
All right, man. Let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio.
The Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
I love this comment from Josh Avalar saying, dress up in your nicest Columbia fishing shirt. That's so East Texas, man. That's so South Texas and Coastal Bend right there, baby.
The
I
the
told you,
the pastel shirts with the little cutout for the air to go through.
for the air to go through. Does it really work that much? I mean, do you really need ventilation right there?
It wicks the sweat away from your body.
We need to do more shopping outside of Academy Sports. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
No Columbia gear. Come on,
No,
Mike.
no Columbia gear. What else do they sell at Academy Sports? I mean, I'm not saying they got to go do Lululemon, all right, but I'm just saying, just a little bit outside of Kohl's and outside of
Cold.
outside of the of Dick's Sporting Goods. Okay.
God. Go shopping with Mayor Gina and she'll take you to the was it the clearance over there at Burlington?
Mikey Mendez comes out on our chat saying he's going to go to Bass Pro Shops for clothes
There you go. Wear something with the big old fish logo on it, dude.
with a fish logo.
That's what the Bass Pro Shop has, that big old bass, the bass fish on it.
What's that
Just
sticker
wear
that
that.
people put on the back of their trucks that say that they're fishing? Oh, what brand is that? Oh my
I don't
god.
know.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah. I'm okay. So I'm not gonna bounce people out if they dress poorly. I'm just gonna look at you a little bit here. A little side eye you a little bit, Joe. Joe, are you gonna get dressed up? Or are you gonna come in a Spurs jersey?
I probably wear my polo.
Salt life. Salt life.
Salt life. That's what it is.
There you go.
I'll probably wear a nice polo shirt, like a nice shirt that I have right now, button up shirt,
Yeah, Tony reaches out to us and says, if you wear a Lululemon shirt, Mike will take a picture with you. Damn straight. You'll get a sticker as well.
And if you don't wear the Lululemon, if you don't wear the Lululemon or you don't dress up, you're gonna take a picture like this, hiding your face.
That's a
dumb,
blast from
dude.
the past. That's a blast from the past. That's funny, Joe.
Joe works for forensic what is it?
Anthropology.
Anthropology. No, man.
All right, let's get into some Spurs talk, man. Spurs back in action tomorrow night. It's going to be a late tip-off. They're taking on the LA Lakers there in La La Land. Dude, everyone was saying in our group text that I owe Stephon Castle an apology for him.
You signed the form.
For what? What did I say about Stephon Castle? He goes off for 40 points, 12 assists, and 12 rebounds against the Mavericks. Becomes the second Spur.
You said he was your son.
Yes.
Then you disowned him.
I never
said
disowned him.
You said that you didn't want him anymore.
I never said that.
You did. You disowned him. You said, "No, this ain't it, man."
No, what
After
I
you
said
said
was,
he was your son.
what I said was, I believe that Dylan Harper is going to be ultimately, when it's all said and done, the better player, and I still believe that.
He was the adopted child that you returned back, and you're like, you know what? I don't like you anymore. I'm going to get Dylan Harper. That's what you did to Castle, bro.
No, they're both my sons. Castle and Harper are both my sons. They're my two favorite players on the team. But I truly believe that the thing about Castle is that when he has that performance against the Mavericks, it kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because why does he? I'm not saying why does he do 40, 12, and 12 every game, because no one does.
Yeah.
But why is it he can't put it together and show the same amount of confidence that he had in that game in and game out?
Yeah.
Where he's knocking down jumpers, he's knocking down threes and all that stuff. And I think he was 3 for 5 from 3 that game, which is great. But what I liked about it, Joe, he became a mid-range assassin, which is what he needs to be. People get mad when I refer to him as DeMar DeRozan, but he needs to be a DeMar DeRozan kind of guy who can actually play lockdown defense. That's what makes him different than DeRozan. DeRozan was a great offensive player who couldn't shoot a three, but was kind of questionable on defense. Castle's really good at defense, but can play the DeMar DeRozan style of play. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not an insult. DeRozan has multi all-star appearances. It's not an insult to say it that way. Harper, though, is a different player, man. They're the same size, but they're different players, man. Harper is more traditional point guard, more pass first kind of guy, get both feet in the lane kind of player. And I think Harper will be better than Castle when it's all said and done.
Yeah. We got Gert from the Netherlands in here watching us. What's up, Gert?
Yeah, very nice. Some international.
What about Carter Bryant, though? Carter Bryant had a good game, too, man.
He's thriving in those 13 minutes that he's getting, man. They're playing him 12 to 14 minutes every single game now. That used to be Jeremy's spot. And defensively, he's playing well. He's not forcing up shots. He is Sohan with an IQ, but a better shooter.
And so
Off
he got some love too. He got some minutes, some garbage minutes, and they
minute,
made a big deal
64
about it.
minutes. Oh
They
my
made a
god.
big deal about it. They're like, "Oh, look at how much the fans love Sohan. He's so loved here." Man, shut the hell up, bro. I get tired of that, man. Even the guys from the coffee spur hour or whatever, Tom Petrini and all them, look at how much Sohan is loved here. Bro, nobody wants to see him just riding the pine, bro. Like he's one of the Spurs, let's say, highest picks, right, that they had in the draft at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And look at what he's become now. But you're still a Sohan fan? Why?
Well, I posted that poll on Twitter a few days ago asking the question, what is the worst pick of all time? I never gave my opinion on that. I said it was either going to be the Sohan pick, the Primo pick, the Alfredo Hughes pick, and there was a fourth one that I had out there, Samanich pick. The worst pick the Spurs ever made was Sohan. It's not even close. You know why? Because it was number 9, Joe. It was number 9. And the two big guys that were drafted after him are all-stars. Both made the all-star team. That's why. Because it's not like it was a point guard that got picked after him that made it because, Sohan plays the 4 spot. No, the next 4/5 that got picked, both made the all-star team. The Spurs took the wrong guy. He's loved because he has purple hair and pink hair and green hair and yellow hair. He's
the highlighter.
Highlighter. Instead of highlights, he gets somebody who looks like a highlighter. That's the only reason why he's liked.
Yeah. And look at it, people are.
It's not like he does like tremendous amounts in the community. He does do stuff in the community, but it's not like he's not Harrison Barnes out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's the guy known for? His hair and for crashing his car on I-10.
Look at what JHNSB says. Say it, Joe. Once a Spur, always a Spur. Shut up, bro.
Say your Matt Lerma voice.
No, bro. That's
say.
dumb,
Come on, Joe. Say the Matt Lerma voice.
Once a Spur, always a Spur. That's what I hear all the time on social media, on Facebook. They say that in the Spurs groups all the time. Like, shut up, bro. Like, who cares? And once they're gone, they're gone. You're gonna be glazing over Kawhi still? Mira, Kawhi, he's over there having the best season with the Clippers. Mira, once a Spur, always a Spur. Wasn't that applied to Kawhi too? No, they forget about that.
Right.
They're selective.
Read Sam Salinas' comment there about Primo.
What does it say? Primo won the poll, he says, solely because he turned out to be a prevert. That was wrong. Sohan is not in hindsight because of the data that was in front of them.
I think the Primo won because Primo was taken out because of his misconduct off the court. That they think that's it. I think it's worse that you have 3 years with a guy who didn't materialize at all. Is a bigger indictment. But Joe, what did y'all have for Super Bowl? What kind of food?
No, man, Sean made like these, like, you know how you have Cabana bowls, right? Like a Taco Cabana, you go get the Cabana bowl.
You call it a Cabana bowl?
That's what it, but it wasn't a Cabana bowl, but I'm saying Sean made these little bowls, right? That he handmade himself.
Yeah.
With the corn tortilla, right? So he made these little bowls, and then you just go and you get your fixings and you put them in the bowl, whatever, beef fajita, chicken fajita, pico, guaco, whatever you want to put in there. Put a little bit of lime, put some of the salsa on top. It was good, man. They had that. Sean also made some really good, a pot of rice and beans. They had sliders over there. Jen and Alex had made like jalapeno bombers. There was tons of food, dude. Tons of food. And then the cookies there was just so many to choose from, but my favorites were the almond, the almond with the white chocolate cookie, and the raisin and oatmeal cookie are my favorites. And I brought some home. Alex sent me some home because there were just so many. So
why do you say that word with like an ethnic tongue? The word is cookie. You're like the cookie.
I don't know. I guess you come.
Why do you call them cookies?
Cookie, dude. It was a good cookie.
It was a good cookie.
He added an accent to it, man. I like it. No, I'm a big cookie guy, dude. I'm a big cookie guy. I disappointed Chica the other day because I asked her. I said, you and I have known each other for 2 years. Do you know what my favorite kind of cookie is? And she didn't know. And then she got disgusted when I told her that it's peanut butter. Get me a good crispy, like not crispy, a good peanut butter cookie that's a little bit burned. Phenomenal.
Peanut butter cookie. The
Chocolate chip is too.
peanut butter cookies are gross when they burn them, dude.
Oh no, it has to have a little tinge of burn, a little seed on the
No,
side.
bro, that's gross, dude.
Mario
Burnt
Colosso
peanut.
says, Charles Hernandez says oatmeal raisin cookies with coffee is his all-time favorite. Now, here's the thing.
That's good. Dude.
Define the oatmeal cookie, because if you go to La Popular Bakery and they have the oatmeal cookie there, now that's top tier.
Oh, they even had pan dulce there too. They had the Mexican cookies out there.
Man, I'm gaining weight with this segment already, Joe.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man. I mean, we gained some pounds over there at that that Super Bowl party.
So, did anybody watch the Kid Rock halftime performance?
I didn't watch it, dude. Like I said, I really didn't watch the halftime show too much, and I didn't care to watch the Kid Rock one. I mean, I thought that was canceled, but to be honest.
Because I saw photos of it all, but I don't know if it's one of those things where the photos were of it during the performance or after. It looked like he was performing in an empty room. Like, I mean, there were people there. It was an auditorium, but like there were so many empty seats there. I don't know if that was like actual performance, because I'm not going to bother to look it up and watch. But for those of you who did watch it, if you all did, was it like a lively crowd, or was it like 25 people just clapping on the sidelines? Right.
And so, dude, I don't know.
And
man,
was he really singing, or was he lip syncing?
I don't know. People were saying that he was lip syncing or something like that, but I don't know, dude. I didn't watch it. I actually thought it was canceled, because I remember hearing about bands pulling out because they didn't want to, because of the messaging, I guess, behind the whole thing. They just didn't want to be implicated in being divisive. The messaging and all that, because they were more about unity. Like one of those was Shinedown. So it was like, oh, I guess they just pulled out of it. So I don't know how well of a show it was. I just didn't watch.
You got to pour one out for Brad Arnold, who died at the age of 47 over the weekend. Brad Arnold, the lead singer and founder of Three Doors Down, passed away. That one, it's interesting, Joe, because whenever certain singers pass away, and you hear their names pass, there's some that are gut punches, right? And there's different levels of gut punches. Like when Scott Weiland passed away 15 years ago, the frontman for Stone Temple Pilots, that one wrecked me for like a good week. I was really upset. It's not like I knew the guy, right? But it's just the music that you grew up with, because music is a soundtrack of your life. And there have been, over the years, Chester Bennington passing away, Chris Cornell passing away, from Linkin Park and from Soundgarden, respectively, rather. It hits, but there's also sometimes when a singer passes away, and it's like, oh, well, I liked one or two of their songs, and that was it. But when Brad Arnold died, it hurt for a variety of different reasons. One is, if you go to my Spotify, I have like 12 of their songs saved. I am a big fan of Three Doors Down, rather. I'm not like going to listen to them every day or anything like that, but I like Three Doors Down's music a lot. But knowing that the way that he died, because Bennington and Cornell killed themselves.
Yeah.
And Scott Weiland OD'd, and then if you look at like Lane Staley and all that stuff, this is Brett Arnold died because of cancer at our age. And he was detailing this on social media and releasing videos saying that he was trying to fight it and all that stuff. I think he died of kidney cancer. That one hurt a little bit differently, because it was like, it wasn't necessarily something that he did to himself. It was something that just happened.
Yeah.
And when he released that video that he released, when he said it's not my time. Yeah. I mean, when he's referencing his own lyrics in his last meeting, that was rough, man.
The last time that San Antonio was they had seen him perform was when he was coming through town with Creed. Remember they had that Creed concert here a while back, and Three Doors Down was on the docket there as part of the the offering. So they got to see him probably for the last time.
I told Chica last night that I thought that Three Doors Down was one of, if not the last good rock band, because there's not been a lot of good rock bands that come out. You put on rock music, you put on 995 Kiss right now, and it's all music from 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. So around 2005, 2007, and this is not me just getting old, I don't think, because I like listening to contemporary music too. I just think that the rock music in general just died for the most part. There really
Yeah, I
hasn't
think
been.
it hit the golden era, right? Like in the late '90s, early 2000s. You had this slew of bands come out, right? Really
Right.
popular. Three Doors Down. What else did you have? Fuel. You know, uh, Incubus. All these other other these
Yeah,
bands, right?
the post grunge music genre.
Yeah. So you had this slew of bands that came out, Stained and whatnot, and these are I guess the genre or the era of music that we listen to because we're already of a certain age, right? We're
Right.
probably in our late 20s and whatnot, pushing 30, and you just remember these bands and this music, right? When you're out there with your buddies, you were having a good time at the bars, clubs, whatever, and it's kind of sad to see now as we get older, some of these guys that we used to be enamored with, hey, look at this guy's out there performing, or look at this band's performing, and they're starting to age out.
Yeah.
They're getting old. Some of them start dying and stuff. It's like, man, it puts things in perspective. Like your time is valuable, Mike. Like we only got so much of it. And then you start seeing, like, you get older and you start seeing these iconic figures that you put up there on the pedestal, so to speak. And they start dying off, dude. It puts things in perspective.
Yeah. Joy-Con saying divorced dad rock. I mean, they are a divorced dad rock
True that.
band. But all this in our chat, like Sam and Mikey coming out and saying that Linkin Park was the last good rock band. They kind of came around the same time. To me,
Yeah.
Linkin Park did come out after Three Doors Down, but they were all making music right around the same time. Mario bring up the Deftones, but the Deftones have been around forever.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where the rock genre kind of faded, and it's kind of weird how it faded because 70s rock is amazing. 80s rock sucked ass. Okay, other than
The hair band.
hair metal was awful.
No Rat, no Poison. Come on,
Rat,
Mike.
Poison, Motley Crue, all that garbage. Early 90s music was depressing, but it was needed because you needed to have the Pearl Jams of the world, the Soundgardens of the world.
Yeah.
Mid 90s, when it came to like the post grunge era, when it came to stadium rock like STP and the who am I, Smashing Pumpkins, that was a different genre in itself. And then you go off into the whole divorced dad rock moment, which is basically, people call it whiny rock, but it's more of a in your feelings rock.
Whiny rock.
But Three Doors Down was kind of considered to be kind of patriotic in a way because of their music. Some of their music was kind of geared towards the military. So it's interesting, man. But Brad Arnold passed away over the weekend at the age of 47.
We use that phrase from his song too, right? When
Oh,
we
yeah.
talk about the Spurs and other teams,
If I can be like
that. What's gonna happen when you hear Shad Kroger from Nickelback? He gets died. Mike's gonna be on here crying.
Okay. How many Nickelback songs do I have on my Spotify save list?
Oh, I'm sure you probably got at least 10 in there.
10? You think
I'd say
10?
you got 10.
I'm gonna say 5. Let me see here. 6.
6.
I have Photograph, Saving Me, Far Away, Rockstar, Figured You Out, and How You Remind Me.
God.
Figure You Out might actually be a good karaoke song, to be honest with you.
What
Far
would
Away is
be
my
a
favorite
good-
Nickelback song, though.
What would be a good rock band in today's era, right? That would be a headline for the Super Bowl. Because it's just pop music, right? You had Bad Bunny, biggest artist in the world, pop music, right? Lady Gaga, pop music, If they had a rock band, that would be in today's era, today's time, who would it be that would be able to headline the Super Bowl that people would still remember?
Foo Fighters.
You think so, with David Grohl and all the controversy that he's had?
I mean, they're all controversial, but I mean, if you're going to have a rock band out there, and I know the Foo Fighters have had, I think I want to say that they were like a secondary one time out there.
Yeah.
I know Prince sang a Foo Fighters song when Prince sang his historic moment there at the Super Bowl. He sang a Foo Fighters song, by the way. Yeah, the only rock band that could carry it that people would give a damn about is the Foo Fighters.
No Metallica. I've brought that up before, and you're like, nobody listens to that.
No, it's not that nobody listens to Metallica. It's just it doesn't feed the demo, very, very, very well. Like Foo Fighters is more, it's more palatable. You could go, oh, I know that song, My Hero. I remember that song. You can go off and make a melody. You can make a melody of songs. You can't make a melody of Master of Puppets and The Unforgiven and Enter Sandman and all that stuff. It's just too much. It's too heavy. It's too heavy. I can't think of any other rock band that would be good enough to, but they're not rock. They're more pop. Like you can say Weezer. You could say the Killers, but they're more festival rock than anything else, and they're not as famous as they were back like if you did that 10 years ago. If you had a Super Bowl halftime show in 2010 and it was the Killers, that would have been badass.
You
But
know
in
who low
2026, you
key?
can't do that.
You know who would low key rock the Super Bowl halftime show, but I don't think they'll ever be asked to do it
Who's that?
because they play in big stadiums like the outdoor stadiums like that, right? Muse.
They're a great band, man, but they don't have the Q score, man. Not everybody knows who they are. They're not big enough. They're not big enough. So if you're gonna ask like who's gonna be the next performer, the big get's gonna be Taylor Swift eventually. It's gonna be
Whoever's
the halftime
popular, the most popular,
show. I think that Future, because like if you look at who they've had recently, it used to be where they would get somebody and it was kind of like the culmination of their career, right? It was like one of those things where it was like, we're gonna get Michael Jackson. He's been out for 30 years. Everyone knows who he is. We're gonna get Prince. We're gonna go get, it's always been like a lifetime achievement award to be the Super Bowl halftime performer. But now, when they go out there and they get The Weeknd and they get Bad Bunny, they get Kendrick Lamar, it seems as though the NFL is going towards saying, no, we want a current artist. When they had Maroon 5, a current artist. So if you look at the landscape right now, when they had Usher was a current artist. I think you're gonna have to go along the lines of like Olivia Rodrigo. You have to go along the lines of, and that might actually be a really good show. To be honest with you, because she incorporates a lot of 80s and 90s music in her stuff. And when I say incorporates them, she brings those artists onto the stage, whether it be Bryan Adams or whatever. So you might be able to do an intergenerational thing with an Olivia Rodrigo thing. I bet you the short list are those two. The number one get would be whether the NFL wants to admit it or not, or whether people would want to watch it or not. Swift and Rodrigo are probably the top two.
Yeah.
Joy-Con saying Sabrina Carpenter. That's another one as well.
I'm with Sean. What about the Red Hot Chili Peppers? I think they'd be a good halftime.
They've already done it.
Act.
They've already done it.
They're good though. I like that.
The Chili Peppers did it with Bruno Mars.
I saw. They
were the headliner, but they didn't give it away.
Yeah.
Country, Chris Stapleton would be a good get.
Yeah.
People are saying Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs. If you talk about controversy, Morgan Wallen, throwing chairs outside of his bar there in Nashville. Also controversial statements, whatever. Post Malone is their Black Bucket saying Post Malone.
Yeah.
Post Malone with Jelly Roll. They're good friends. They perform together. They go on concert tours together. That might be a good one. But if they're gonna go pop, it's gonna be Rodrigo or Sabrina Carpenter. If they go country, it's probably gonna be Fake Killer saying Coldplay. That's gross, man. Coldplay is one of the worst performances ever.
There we go.
But that's the thing about that's the thing about country, though, is that it has to be a country artist that has some sort of pop appeal. Like if you were to do, trying to think of his name. He has a very bluesy sound to him.
Yeah.
Teddy Combe. Teddy. Oh, what's his name? Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
If you're to do that and incorporate him with like a Chris Stapleton, that might actually go pretty well.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to go in here and I had to remove a troll that's in here. Somebody that just is saying some not nice things, and we're not going to put up with that, dude.
Who was it? Was it somebody that we know?
No, it's somebody just I guess because of the headline of the actual episode. You know, you got people from all over the world listening, and somebody's. I don't like what they're putting in here, dude. I don't like where it's going.
Hey, thanks for policing that, man.
Yeah,
Tony Ronaldo says, Mira, Lionel Richie would be amazing. My tias would love that.
yeah. Lionel Richie.
No, let's say Lainey Wilson. I mean, that might be a good one. Oh
Teddy
no,
James is in country.
no. I said that's bluesy, but you'd have to kind of combine it. You can combine the two, is what I'm saying.
Chris Stapleton might be a good act.
Oh, Chris Stapleton's amazing.
He can sing, dude.
Fake Killer comes out and says, "Oh no, I'm pissed."
Yeah, man. Like, no, dude. I mean, his name is gone. They're gonna be coming in here and doing some look. Honestly, man, look, when we do the show, we kind of try to be a break from everything else that's going on. Keep it lively, funny, interact with you guys. But when somebody comes in here and starts like killing the vibe and making it like a political rant, that's not what I'm putting up with, man.
Oh, what
That's
was it?
not what we're doing here.
What was he saying? I mean, I have to go
Just
quote it.
stupid things, dude. He's trying to get a rise out of people, and I don't want it to become a thing where we're focused on that and it takes away from the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Spurs, Lakers tomorrow night. It's a new look Lakers.
Yeah.
They got some new shooters out there that they got on the trade deadline. But the Spurs are just, you know, win two, lose one, win two, lose one, win two, lose one. We
Yeah.
can't really complain about it, Joe, because for all the complaints that we have about the Spurs and all the complaints that we have about Mitch Johnson and when it comes to rotations that you guys have, that's not me, you guys have. But when it comes to all that, the Spurs are still plodding along and still on track to be the second seed. Now, one thing we didn't discuss, Joe, was we can end the show with this.
Yeah.
Shaq on Inside the NBA coming out and saying that he predicts the Spurs will actually win the Western Conference and be in the NBA Finals this year.
He needs to stop, dude.
Dude,
Stop it.
I don't think he was looking for clicks, dude. I think he was being honest. I think he
Stop
thinks that
it.
we're a bad matchup for the Thunder.
Stop it, Shaq. Stop it. He's doing that because he wants to get a reaction. But
What's the Spurs
Think
record
of
against
it-
the Thunder this year? What, 4-1?
yeah, but
If
that's
you
during
beat
the
a team
regular
4
season, Mike.
if
That's
you
not
beat a-
during the playoffs.
But if you beat a team 4 out of 5 times in the regular season, it gets in your head, Joe.
The thing is, man, it's like this, right? You can beat a team, you can beat them 5-6 times in a row, you know, and just dominate them during the regular season. But when you go into postseason, these teams go up another notch, right? So what might have worked for you in the regular season might not necessarily work for you in the postseason. And if you're a Spurs fan, you like what you're seeing right now out of your team. You know, they're number 2 in the West. We wouldn't have thought they would have been here. They've exceeded expectations. You know, I'm really excited for the team. More than likely, they're going to wind up going into the postseason, right? They're going to have a playoff berth, which is exciting for the city. I'm excited to see them. But I'm not going to go out there and sugarcoat things and be like, oh, man, this team's going to go all the way. No, man. That's not what's going to happen. You're going to you're telling me, Mike, that the Spurs is currently constructed and as poorly as they played during the regular season where they're not consistent and they squander double-digit leads, that they're going to be able to beat the NBA title holding right now, the champs, right? OKC.
Well,
OKC
Joe,
is the defending champs. They're going to be
Joe.
able to defeat them.
Joe, remember the season started? What did Oklahoma City do? They went 24-0 to start the year, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, "Oh my God, they're going to be one of the greatest teams of all time. Maybe even beat that 73-9 all-time record." Right?
Yeah.
They're 40-13, which means mathematically, since their 24-0 start, they're 16-13. They're
Yeah.
barely above 500 the last month and a half. So I'm not going to sit here and say that Oklahoma City is an unbeatable team because they are beatable. They can get got. Same way that the Spurs can get got too. But if the Spurs are inconsistent and the Spurs are not finishing games, then what is everybody else doing? Denver has more losses than the Spurs. Houston has more losses. The Lakers, Minnesota have more losses. If we're inconsistent, then what are they? And if the only other team that's ahead of the Spurs, who by the way only has a 3-game lead over the Spurs right now, 3.5 games, Spurs are 4-1 against. I'm just saying that it's not out of the realm of possibility. All I'm saying is we need to move the goalpost, Joe. And you know what? We're going to do that tomorrow. We'll lead with the tease for tomorrow. Because I don't want this to be something that you think of off the top of your head. I want it to be something with thought and accuracy for tomorrow's show.
No.
Moving the goalpost. What are the Spurs' expectations now? Because our expectation was what? Get 46 wins, get to the play-in tournament. And now the Spurs are going to obliterate that. The Spurs are 36-16, more wins than all of last year. On track to not only make the playoffs, but actually host a playoff game, a series or two. What do we now consider to be the new fan expectation?
So what if the Spurs wind up getting into the second round or first round, right? They get into the second round of the playoffs, right?
Right.
Oh, man, look at how good they're looking. And they get absolutely obliterated by, I don't know, fifth seed.
Okay.
Consolation prize. We got to the second round.
You know what? You know what? If we had said before the season started the Spurs would make the playoffs and get to the second round, we would have said that was a successful year. You see, what I'm saying is that in our mind, a lot of Spurs fans are moving the goalposts.
But I'm not moving the goalposts. I'm just saying I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real with the people in here.
You're not keeping it real, Joe.
This team is good enough to get into the playoffs, but are they good enough to go ahead and move forward, get into the second round, semifinals, the Western Conference Finals? Absolutely not. You can go ahead and mark it right now. Everybody record. You heard it here first.
Well, the Spurs have areas of concern. We know what they are.
A lot of areas of concern.
It's the three-point shooting, right? They don't have enough depth up in the front court.
You're not going to see it when they are. You're going to see him in the playoffs. I don't see him now.
Unless Sohan balls out and suddenly becomes part of the team. You know, people ask me the question about Sohan. Sohan's going to be with the team the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Will he play again? Well, who gets hurt in front of him? Because if somebody gets hurt in front of him, guess who we're going to see, Joe? Number 10's going to trot his ass back out there looking like a highlighter. And we might actually see the return of Jeremy Sohan. So Carter Bryant getting better. Dylan Harper, he is bounced back from the rookie wall. Castle taking it up a level. Whether you want to admit it or not, Wemby's playing a little bit better. Fox is playing a little bit better. Everyone's adding up a little bit. So, but Joe, that's the show for the day. I want to thank P.F. Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe for sponsoring today's show. And also, if you want to reach out to me, my number is 210-508-0369. 210-508-0369 if you have questions about investments or long-term care, life insurance, disability, stuff like that. 210-508-0369. Everyone's saying that I've assigned you homework. I think we have a good topic for tomorrow, Joe.
Yeah. Did we give love to P.F. Chang's, Mike?
Oh, go ahead and do it, Joe.
P.F. Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang's spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of P.F. Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. P.F. Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
That's right. Every one of those cocktails in that cocktail collection for $8.99 is Chica approved. Jade Margarita, Lychee Martini. Although I don't think she's had the Long Island from there before, but I don't think she'd be against it. But yeah, we really enjoy the cocktails over there at P.F. Chang's La Cantera. Don't forget, you can also order them from Postmates, from what's it called? Uber Eats. There you go. All that stuff. Give them a call. Again, our party is going to be on February 28th over at the Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio.
Yeah.
We're going to have a fun time out there. Will I enforce a dress code? We shall see. By the way, I also, for those of you who want to take part in the Burn Off Your Bonza Challenge, I have sent out a new challenge. It's going to be starting today and runs all the way through March 31st. So if you want to take part in that, reach out to us, send us your email, get onto the Map My Walk app, and take part in that with us.
They said eat the moco. It's delicious. the lychee.
Well, Chica got you those. Babe, do we give them the lychees
Yeah.
yet?
No, you didn't bring them.
Oh, we haven't given you the lychees yet. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to bring them.
It's delicious, Joe. I don't know why you're all scared of it.
No, I didn't say I was. I said I did try it. It was good.
Okay. Well, we got a big container of lychee that we're bringing your way, man. So you can make
Yeah.
your own at home. Very nice. Everyone have a fantastic day. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, congratulations to Jason Garcia up there in the Pacific Northwest, our resident super fan of the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks took down Super Bowl 60. Congratulations again to Tariq Woolen becoming the first UTSA Roadrunner with a Super Bowl ring. So congrats to him. And those stickers are available to you if you come to the
Good,
I'll show Chica those those stickers you made of me.
dude.
She's gonna love them.
You have to put them on the refrigerator. Make more money.
All right,
All
Joe. You have a fantastic day, man. Have a good day at work.
All right, we'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out.
See ya.